of APC. Mr. Hillard, anyway you look at it, is a strong man, so to speak, in the PDP. And so we're delighted to have this conversation with him. He's also director of media and publicity of the Tinubu-Shettima, publicity, independent publicity, council, and with special emphasis on the grassroots. So a fine morning to you, Mr. Etta. By the way, is that Mr. Etta or Chief Etta?
Ntufam Etta, Ntufam Hilliard Etta.
Okay. Ntufam is the chieftaincy. I just was saying, should you be addressed as chief?
Yes. It's
Chief
just like
Etta?
saying Bashoru or...
Aha.
Yes, chief is
okay.
good. I'll take that.
Okay.
But I prefer to be addressed as Ntufam Hilliard Etta.
Ntufam Hillard Etta. Just wanted to be correct. So thank you very much for making the time for us. As you know, the elections are really upon us. And you are playing a key role because, as I just said, you're director of media and publicity of the Tinubu-Shettima campaign. Give us an assessment, if you will, because when we were trying to talk earlier before the program, I was wondering if everything is now the way it should be in the APC family, because I do know that perhaps some months back there were some talks about mistakes being made. Has all of that been sorted out now? Are we all on the same page, so to speak, in APC, especially as it relates to the South-South?
Well, thank you for having me. I'd like to say that of all the parties that are in contest, especially the front runners, the APC seemed to be the one that has had its acts together. Of course, as a political party populated by people, there is no way you can run away from frictions and disagreement and all. But the party has been generally, we have a very united and committed party. A few days to the election, we couldn't have been happier. The situation in the APC gives us hope.
Okay. Now, how strong? Let me just look at it from there. Even though I know you can speak on national politics, but since you have a special interest in this, shall we say, project, your assignment seems to be the grassroots. Give me an evaluation, your evaluation of how APC is doing. Is it satisfactory? Is there much more work to be done? Or do the work that has already been done, does it sort of give you cause for, confidence?
Well, in the grassroots, I think that I must state this very clearly. Perhaps this is the first time in the Nigerian political firmament, weeks running to, or months running into the election, where a major political party has dedicated its time, its energy, and the resources to interacting with the grassroots, with the setting up of this Tinubu-Shettima Grassroots Independent Campaign Council. It has been a lot of work for us. We've been going from house to house, from hamlet to hamlet, from village to village. And the results are in the humongous crowds that we have in the PCC organized rallies all over the country. Now, I have heard a lot of people say that these rallies are contrived, paid for, that the crowd, the people that come there are procured. But we challenge other parties to do so, if it is possible. The kind of crowds that we had in Kano, Kwara, Niger, even the one that we had in Delta, I dare to tell you that there is nobody, no matter how rich, that can procure those kinds of crowds. Those crowds are, as a result, a consequence of the work that we have been doing in the grassroots. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is very, very popular in the grassroots. The reason is very simple. He is seen as a rewarder of loyalty and hard work. And in the grassroots, tales are told of him as perhaps a miracle worker. And so they believe very strongly that if given the support, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will definitely transform this country. Like I said in the last time I came here, Nigeria is poised to break out. Now, what Nigeria needs now is the kind of leader that understand these times and this position that Nigeria is at, and what needs to be done to create the environment where Nigeria can break out and take its rightful place in the community of nations. And Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been identified as that kind of leader that is going to ignite the kind of progress, the kind of development that we require at this time. And so it resonates with the people. It resonates with the people. I can assure you that you watch out even the rallies leading to the days leading to the elections and the rallies that we're going to have. You will see a response by Nigerians to come out and listen to the man that they believe is going to be the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Indeed.
But if you want to come to the South, I'd like to say that from 1999, the South has been one of the power regions for the opposition PDP. That situation has changed dramatically. In the South today, I would like to tell you, and it is true, that the contest is not between Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP. It is rather a contest between Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi for obvious reasons. But because of the structures that are available to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he is in a pole position in the South. And by the special grace of God, there is no state of the South, regardless of the fact that a Southerner is the vice presidential candidate of the PDP, that has not gained any traction outside a small territory in the Delta State. I can assure you that at the end of the day, when results have been counted, you will find that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will do very handsomely in the South. The consequence, the fallouts of the intractable war that has engulfed the PDP, we also know that the people of the South believe very strongly that the presidency of Nigeria must move from the north to the south. And of the two candidates in the south, they do know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one that has the requisite experience, the intelligence, and the antecedents to do what is necessary for the entire Nigeria, South inclusive.
Okay. Now, of course, you know it's a national conversation, and APC has been on it. I'm talking about the same faith ticket on a national level. But if you were to narrow it to the South, looking at Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, and Rivers, what would you say is the APC has been explaining that it's all about competence. It's not about any other aspect. And so the best man is who APC is going to be fielding, or the best people. And in this case, when it comes to the presidential ticket, that is exactly what they have done without, without fear or favor. That, you have a situation where Shetima, being of the same religious faith with the principal, with the presidential candidate, it's worrying some. Give me your overview of what you think the attitude is in the South generally to the explanation of APC for having a same faith ticket.
Well, I am a Christian. I come from a predominantly Christian state. In fact, in my state, it is almost 100% Christian. And so I understand the dynamics of the perception of our people with regards to the same faith ticket of my party. I would like to let you know that perhaps one of the most liberal communities, one of the most liberal zones in terms of religion is the South-South. If the conversation that we have at home is that we have some states in the South-South where the governors are Christians, the deputy governors are Christians, and yet we have some of the worst level of governance, some of the worst kind of leadership that we have had in a long time. Delta State is one of them. And we have come to the realization that if we must grow as a people, then we cannot be talking about the personal relationship of the leader and his God. What we would rather think about is the relationship between the leader, his vision, and the people of Nigeria. So you'll be shocked at the results of the elections from the South. Our people could not be bothered about the faith of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, we even know, in fact, it is a known fact that his wife, who is a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, is also a daughter of the zone. And so we prefer to even talk about her being our sister and our daughter than talk about even she being a pastor. We couldn't be interested whether she's a pastor, just as we are not interested whether the husband is a Muslim. What interests us the more, or the real interest that we have, is predicated on the competence of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the fact that the First Lady is going to be our sister and our daughter. That alone is enough for us. What he does with his God is his business. What other candidates do with their gods is their business. We're not interested. That is their personal decision. Any God that they want to worship is their personal decision. This is the thinking of our people in the South-South.
This is, actually, as I'm speaking to you, our guys have a picture, or they just taking the picture away, but that was a rally to rent such crowds. The pictures that we're seeing just before they're taken away, seem to be one of those kind of pictures. It looked like if you were to throw a stone in there, it wouldn't drop to the ground. But I just wanted to explain the picture that people were seeing on air. But there you go. That picture there, that is going back. That's the rally. And I beg your pardon. Well, this is not about Port Harcourt. It's Kano, but it's sort of showing, the kind of rallies that have been held. If you would you like to say a few words about, we talked about the same faith ticket, and you've sort of explained that. Now, the person itself, the person of Shetima, the running mate of Ashwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the running mate for APC, what is it that you would hope that people would grab hold of, in addition to what you've said, that most thinking members of society don't look at those matters as personal, private, but the quality and caliber and the experience of the person itself. What would you want the people to, what is it that you think the people will be missing about Shetima, former Governor Shetima, now running mate to Tinubu?
I am very sure that the people who mean well for our country will look at his stewardship as governor of Borno State, and even his stint in the Senate as a senator. It's more about that than what he does on Fridays. Even in the thick of war, even in where Boko Haram had circled Borno State, the kind of things that we saw under him coming out of Borno State, we couldn't even get them in certain states where some states that had even or that have even in the South, where you have this 13% derivation and you have humongous amounts of money paid to them every month from the federal allocation. You could hardly see that kind of development in some of these states. I want to use a state in the South as an example of where you have these kind of resources, and yet you cannot match it with development, and you juxtapose it with a state that was in the very theater of war, and what they were able to do. I'm very sorry. What they were able to do under the leadership of distinguished Senator Shettima. I would like for you to look at Delta State. For so long, Delta State has been harvesting humongous amounts of money from federal allocations, and yet what is coming out of there cannot be compared to what Shettima did in Borno. So for those who are desirous of a new Nigeria, where you have competence take precedence over all other considerations, then Shettima will be welcomed in every household, even as the people begin to make up their minds as to who to vote for on the 25th of February. I think they will favorably consider voting for a man who was able to do what was completely near miraculous, as Shettima did in Borno.
Okay. I'm sure you're fully aware, I think yesterday when the presidential candidate of APC was speaking to a body called the Federation of Construction Industry in Nigeria, he had vowed and pledged to develop what was referred to as life-changing infrastructure. Now, of course, you know, that would be following the theme, if you like, of throughout his tenure, cannot be denied. Now, Tinubu is saying that life-changing infrastructure is what Tinubu-Shettima administration would bring to bear. Could you comment a bit on this?
We have Lagos as an example. We cannot run away from the stewardship of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos. When he makes those kinds of promises, what I ask Nigerians and urge Nigerians to examine and interrogate is his stewardship of Lagos. If he says he's going to bring life-changing infrastructures into the Nigerian state, then let us look at what he has done in Lagos. Is it true that he has brought these kinds of things to Lagos? Is it true that we have a co-Atlantic city as a consequence of his defeat of the ocean surge that plagued Lagos for decades? Is it true that he has been able to control traffic to a reasonable extent with the establishment of the BRT and last mile? Is it true that today in Lagos you can move from one point to the other in rail? These are some of the infrastructures that are life-changing. And if he was able to do this in Lagos, it is no more far-fetched that he can do it at the national level. Now, when people come to us and promise heaven on earth, the question that we must ask them is that because you have intervened or interfered in our public life in the past, show us what you did in the past that will give us the assurance, that will give us the confidence that whatever you have promised us, that you will bring to bear, that you will bring to reality. You see, in the case of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there is no controversy that his stewardship as Lagos State Governor and as the leader of political business in Lagos from 2007 till today has wrought development in such a magnitude that today Lagos is the 5th largest economy in Africa. You cannot deny that. And because you cannot deny that, you must support him to do it at the national level. That is what we are saying. We are saying that there are about 3 or 4 front runners in this election. And they are not new to us. They have been with us. They have been governors. Some of them have been ministers. Some of them one has been a vice president. So when they come to us and say that they are going to turn Nigeria into El Dorado, we must ask them. We must interrogate their antecedents and ask them what they did when they were in office the last time. So that is why we are very confident. We of the, what I would like to call the battalions. We are very confident that what the message of Bola Ahmed Tinubu will resonate with the people, because there is Lagos to see. We see Lagos.
Indeed.
And that is exactly what we want him to do in Nigeria, to bring Lagos to Nigeria. That is all.
Exactly. And that's the point that opponents have got to say something. And one of the things they have been saying is that, well, yeah, granted, if we have to grant, perhaps they'll even take that reluctantly. But then they come back with, Nigeria is not Lagos. And that is an infinitely knottier problem. How would you respond to such a quote-unquote doubting Thomases that you've done all of that?
Well, it's very funny to me. When we started this journey, the Labour Party people used to go around the nation and say they are doing 1 million man march. And then I remember the one that was done by MC Oluomo in Lagos. And they now started saying that, no, your support is not predicated on the number of the people that come to your rallies or come to your 1 million man march. Now, it is sophistry, my brother. It is revision. They like to revise history. But Nigerians are not fooled. Nigerians are not fooled. Peter Obi was governor of Anambra. He has to bring Anambra to the table. His stewardship to the table. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu was governor of Lagos State. He must bring his stewardship of Lagos. They have absolutely nothing to offer, but that water has got stuck in at it. So I am not bothered about the kinds of things that they do. The people know the truth. The people know the truth. And on the 25th of February, the people will speak the truth with their ballots. It does not matter what the revisionist and the opposition would like for us to believe. Lagos is there for all of us to see. Indeed. So I have very little to say to people who would like us to believe that Lagos is non-existent. Lagos is there. We cannot.
No, they're not saying Lagos is not existent. They're just saying that Lagos is not Nigeria, implying that it's a much more difficult task than running. The way they would see it, it's just little 1/36 Lagos. There's
no, but my brother, if they say that Lagos is smaller than Nigeria, then what would they say about Anambra? I mean, it beggars belief when people push that kind of narrative. It doesn't make any sense at all. Anyone who can pretend and succeed the way Bola Ahmed Tinubu has succeeded in Lagos can very well preside over Nigeria and make a miraculous transformation of Nigeria. Let me tell you, there are so many things that was established by Bola Ahmed Tinubu that has gained traction across the nation. Let us look at Loma last man. Now, people may change the nomenclature, change the names of these organizations, but it was only when Bola Ahmed Tinubu created this thing in Lagos that they have now taken it to their various states.
That's right.
That's right. So if it is possible for him to have created those numerous things and the entire country is copying it, let me even tell you, the federal government had to go to Lagos to learn of what Bola Ahmed Tinubu did in the justice system, the reformation that he wrote on the justice system. That is what is helping the Nigerian jurisprudence today. And honor and must be given to him by recognizing that he is the one that has brought these things to reality in Nigeria, and that the people of Nigeria must have him do these things at the national scale. That is our position.
I'm reminded, Tubom, about the expression, imitation is the best form of flattery. So they copy, they have they're not shy to adopt the policies that he instituted and that are successful. But still, in a political season, they've got to say something. I will take a break now. Please stay with us. We'll be right back to continue this conversation.
All in favor say aye. Those against no, the ayes have it.
What do you know about the legislature, its role in governance, and as one of the three arms of government? Lagos Parliament is here to bring it to you as it is. Here to bring you every detail you need to know about the legislature in Africa's most populous city. On Lagos Parliament, you get a chance to meet the lawmaker of the week. Events are critically reviewed. You can also observe plenary in Yoruba language. I am Abimbola Agbebi. Join me every Friday at 9 p.m. as I take you through the activities of the legislature.
Information is power, information is security, information is knowledge. On Labor Lens, we believe that working people around the world have real questions how policies affect workers in the workplace. On Labor Lens, I ensure we engage effectively the organized labor, organized private sector, and government to get out of them information workers are in need of. I am Sharon Ijason, asking questions that make you get sense of the workplace.
The National Assembly is a busy place. As the bastion of democracy, it is a place where bills are presented, motions debated, laws made, and the yearnings of the people are laid bare. Come with us as we take you through the workings of the National Assembly. We take you through plenary, committee meetings, and probes, all to ensure smooth working of the democratic process.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Politics is defined as getting what, where, when, and how. But in the mix, many things come to play to shape the political fortune of any country.
Mr. Honorable Minister, that's how you misinform the public.
From the political actors to the electorate, campaign to voting, from debates to policy decisions, big events happen to engage us in constant conversation.
That's what we're looking for. Not some people who are talking about ethnicity. No.
Who is on your mind?
Don't worry.
Join me every day on Politics Tonight, where we dissect issues that shape our political destiny. Politics Tonight, weekdays on TVC News.
It's
Always a great morning on the TVC Breakfast Show.
Thanks for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
With the array of stories that matter and what's behind them.
As they say, the first blow indicates the direction of government.
Tell us what really is going on.
Okay, welcome back. And our guest is Chief Hilliard Etta of Media and Publicity, the Tinubu Shetima, campaign organization, and especially responsible for the grassroots. And we've been talking about various aspects of the polity as we go into the 2023 election. Now, Chief, there was this whole story about a bomb blast at an APC rally. In fact, a twin bomb blast at an APC rally. It's been condemned all around. But then the police have also spoken on it and have said that it never happened. What news did you receive about this?
Well, I also saw this terrible news, especially on the social media. I have tried to verify the situation, whether it is true or not. I cannot confirm now whether the position of the Nigerian police or the reports are true. I cannot. I am not in a position to do so now. I do not have the information with me.
Okay, but that's that then. Police say that they are investigating, but in the first instance, they sort of explained it along the lines of a communal disagreement that had nothing, as far as the police was concerned, to do with political rivalry. But having said that, they did say that they still were investigating as to whether a bomb blast happened at all, just as you said. So that's what we have on that, and I thought that you might have different information, but it seems that along the lines of what the police have said seems to be what you have as well. Okay, let's look at, still continuing towards the election. I don't know, we're going to see, when we take calls, if we can get some calls to come in, because there might be people who want to actually, comment or ask questions about it. If that happens, we'll take a couple of calls, and I won't interrupt, and you will kindly listen as well to the television itself, the calls that will be coming, and then you could react to that. But in the meantime, let me ask you about a very, very important aspect of the election next month, and that's the participation of the youths. Any way you look at it, the youths are going to be very important in this election. Going by what we've seen, there seems to be a determination as never before, dare I say, of the youths to coming in full force and do the needful, perform their civic duties. Now, the APC itself has been doing this drive about getting your PVC card, getting your PVCs. That's crucial, that's important. Give me your assessment of how significant the input and participation of the youth is going to be. Some political parties are claiming that, well, they, quote unquote, have the copyright on youth involvement in this, and so they're feeling quite good about that. But as I was saying, APC has also been working along that lines. What do you think?
Well, I am very pleased and happy about the participation of the youths in this election. I just hope and wish that they will take this newfound engagement to the wire and not tire out before the real elections. Having said so, I want to say that there is nobody that has the patent right. There is no political party that has the patent right to the votes of the youths. All the youths are spread across the major political parties. Anybody who tells you that they have a copyright to the votes of the youths, or they have the exclusive exclusive right to the votes of that demography is just being unintelligent and apolitical. What we have found is that the youth have woken up to actually put their concerns on the agenda or the political agenda of the country. And there is no political party that is not going to pay attention to the concerns of the youths. We have never seen the level of youthful participation in our party the way we have seen it today. I can assure you that the PDP has, the APC, sorry, before I'm taken to the cleaners by those who would never have anybody make a gaffe. I meant the APC. The APC has over 20 to 30,000, if not more, support groups, and mostly led and organized by the youth. And so it is interesting, and I pray to God that these will never leave Nigeria, that this demography, these very young men and women remain focused and remain in participation in the process for their tomorrow, because there is no one who will be as interested or who will give as much as one who is interested in his or her future. So it is the youths that have more to gain by participation. And what they have done today is in the right direction. It is in the right direction. I know that if you read the policy statement and the manifesto of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it resonates with the youth, and they're so very happy because these are some of the things that have been missing. One of which is, number one, a revolution is going to take place in the educational sector of Nigeria with the coming of the loan system to students, indigent students, families who cannot...
I beg your pardon for interrupting you, but somebody has been waiting for a long while on the phone. So let me apologize to Mr. George in Ikeja. Good morning. Please go ahead now.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and great your guest.
Yes, thank you.
Uncle Yori, this argument about same-sex tickets of rail tracks, those rail tracks that are going to be used or being used by Nigerians, who cares when they are using it, whether it is Muslim or Christian that constructed them? Nigeria produced its first Nobel laureate, its first and only Nobel laureate about 35 years ago. What is the religion of that person? Was that prize conferred on him because of his religion? A Nigerian woman is the Director General of WTO, World Trade Organization. Was that post given to her because she is a Christian or she's a Muslim? All these arguments of Muslim ticket has nothing to do with performance. People should learn to separate politics from religion. I don't buy that argument at all.
Indeed. Indeed.
Now, the person we are talking about, it is his handwork and product that we should measure, not the fate. The achievement Bola Tinubu made in Lagos wasn't because of his religion. And all the legacies he left behind are not being used by only Christians or only Muslims. So where has that one got, what has that one got to do with when we're talking about infrastructure? The man that you are talking to is not a Yoruba man, obviously. But see what he knows about Nigeria and what he knows about the legacy of Tinubu and how he is carrying it across to other parts of Nigeria. Has his religion got anything to do with that? We should talk serious business here, not about religion. We should not even give, please, don't even give access to this kind of topic in these serious times like this.
Oh, right there.
We need somebody who can take Nigeria to the next level. And this, somebody sent me the video of Tinubu's interaction with Economic Summit Group of Lagos, and I listened to it last night. I wish you can play it for everybody to listen to him. He spoke for more than 2 hours, and I didn't see him looking at any paper. And he was answering questions about how he's going to revise all the major sectors of our economy. You will see, you can see, even if somebody is blind, you can sense it that this man has the solution to these problems at his fingertips. It is not the same with one who went to Chatham House and was reading a speech written for him by another person, which he obviously didn't rehearse it. How many people in the crowd at Kano and Niger and Jos and Kwara were paid for? How much do you think each person will be paid? When a person that they like or they wish he would win is able to gather a good crowd, they will say, yes, it's a sign of acceptance. But if the one they do not like gathers a crowd that is bigger than their own, they say, crowd is
all
not
right.
big.
Thank you very much, Mr. George. But I did delay you a bit. I've apologized. But you heard that.
Well, he's saying exactly what I have been saying.
Yes.
You know, my position has always been that what we do need now is a man that is capable of giving us the kind of performance that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has shown before. And it has nothing to do with his religious background. In fact, what the man captures the entire reason why some of us, who are not just Christians, but we are also not Yoruba, who would rather do everything to make sure that we have Bola Ahmed Tinubu as our president. So I agree completely with the man. I agree completely with George.
Exactly. Thank you, because well, people they have this expression in the that he has a horse at all. Then the next thing is that the horse is very, very short. The horse is very, very short. That kind of a thing. So it's a sort of a jocular expression, but it is an expression. So we understand all of that. But we're coming up to the level where push must come to shove, and people must decide. You hear about go and verify. But as you were saying earlier, well, never mind verification. It's on the ground there to see that, extrapolate it, again, keeping with that same expression about horses are not being tall enough once they belong to your enemy. People have said what they've said, and you've debunked that whole situation. But it's going to be, you see it as a keenly contested, exercise, the coming election. People are saying, it's going to be a landslide, but please continue, sorry.
A lot of pundits are of the opinion that we're going to have a runoff in this election. I do not share in that sentiment. I believe that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will win at first ballot. It's going to be keenly contested. After all, whoever wins this election becomes the leader of the black race in the world. And so it has to be keenly contested. It would have been a travesty if the presidency of Nigeria was not keenly contested for. There has never been any time from 1999 till now that the presidency of Nigeria has never been keenly contested. Whereas other parties are talking about, like the PDP talks about the fact that they expect our governors to betray us, and that is their path to victory. I think that is very unrealistic. It cannot be done. It is a wishful thinking. It is infantile. On the other hand, the Labour Party believes that they have in their pockets the entire youths of Nigeria, the youthful population of Nigeria, are all in the corner of the Labour Party. It is not also true. We have a realistic path to victory. One, we have mobilized all our structures across the nation, which is very formidable. 22 governors, array of senators, House of Representative members, House of Assembly members, chairmen of council, councillors. We have mobilized all of them across the nation.
And so they have to
now
respond
we
to
have
that.
set up. We have set up.
I beg your pardon. I'm so sorry, Atubo. Yet another caller is on the line. Mr. Adegoroye in Akure would like to contribute or ask a question. Good morning to you, sir. Mr. Adegoroye in Akure, good morning. I wonder if you can hear us.
Good morning.
Aha, good morning. That Mr. Adegoroye?
Yes, Adegoroye from Akure.
Please go ahead with your observation, comment, question, whatever.
Okay, thank you very much. This is Adegoroye from Akure, and thank you. Yeah, thank you for your program, and I thank God that I am through with the. I thank God that I'm through with your station this morning.
Sure.
The question of Ashwaju is not debatable by the well-thinking person or progressive in this country, Nigeria. Now, Ashwaju created 36 local government SPDA and financed it for over 2 years without allocation from federal government. And another person, another candidate, did not do local government election for 7 years. And the person and the president by the time years. So I think both of the same federal they slump together. So Obi has no I don't want to mention names. Labour Party candidate does not have chance in this form. Legacy of Obasanjo was server. Obasanjo that wanted to do third term. Obasanjo is not democratic. He's a soldier. And he never contribute well to Nigerian progress. Obasanjo knows that.
All right, Mr. Adegoroye. Mr. Adegoroye, I beg your pardon. Thank you very much. I want to give the Tubom some space to sort of respond to that. He brings up an interesting point about the former President Obasanjo's endorsement of someone else and, doubling down. He actually doubled down. I said it again yesterday that, this is the way he sees it. Your impression about that, because there's been an outrage up and down the land, but maybe we could close on that in people coming into this whole matter, whereas there are those who are saying that perhaps they should have, just held their peace and be quiet. I don't know if you have any thoughts on the matter, even as everybody has the right to voice their opinion.
I belong to the school of thought that would rather have peace. I'm in the corner of the people who say that, look, let it go. It doesn't matter at all. We have seen Obasanjo endorse people since 2015. In 2015, he endorsed Buhari, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria today. And Buhari won. And now, in 2019, he decided not to continue the endorsement of Buhari and rather chose his former vice president that he had pilloried very extensively in his book, My What, Atiku Abubakar. And one was very interesting. When Obasanjo endorsed us in 2015, we had less votes than when Obasanjo endorsed Atiku Abubakar in 2019, which to us means that a lot of people in his ward became very angry at us for accepting the endorsement of the former president. So if you put all of this into context, you need not worry. Obasanjo is an eternal endorser, but his endorsements comes to absolutely nothing politically.
We're going to have to leave it there. The endorsement coming to absolutely nothing. Please permit me to just leave it there because we've run out of time. Thank you very much, Atubam Hillard Etta, Director of Media and Publicity, Tinubu Shetima.
I need to correct you. My name is Ntufam, not Etubum, Ntufam. Okay. And let me use this opportunity to congratulate my friend, Obon Akanodofia, for winning his ticket yesterday. in Appointment.
All right then. Well, I want to thank you very much for this conversation that we've had. It's been quite enlivening. Thank you very much. We've run out of time, but I know we'll hear from you again. So that's our program today. Please join us on Monday for a fresh edition. False start yesterday, but this is for real. Join us on Monday for a fresh edition. I am Yori Polari. Do have a great weekend.
Is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Struggling with energetic kids and you can't get them to get to sleep? Tried so many things to get them to snooze, but nothing seems to work. ShopX TV is proud to introduce an amazing gift. The perfect play pillows that pull open to a sleepy sack surprise. Who are the happiest nappers of all? Happy nappers! They are more than just play pillows. They are comfy sleep sacks that keep your kids warm and wrapped safely in their favorite play characters, day or night. With a simple pull and zip, your child can snuggle up and nap inside of it. Imagine children that actually want to take a nap. They are your go-anywhere friends. They play with you all day, and when it's time to sleep, you just pull on their feet. Sleepy time, playtime, anytime is happy napper time. And when the napping is done, they fold back in for even more fun. Ordinary play pillows or blankets are not as much fun and they don't hold the heat in, unlike happy nappers. And the sleep sacks are completely enclosed to keep your child warm and cozy during nap time or even through the night.
Toluwani absolutely loves her happy napper kitty cat. It's pink, girly, and fluffy. Everything that she loves. Well, I love it because it's a 2-in-1